Well, welcome back, family. Coach Jay coming at you, family. Listen at this. We're going to continue the wealth building, the generational wealth building on steroids. We were talking about in the last video about the grandpa having $114,000 is earmarked for his first grandchild to be the beneficiary of his Roth IRA plan. We talked about if he lived for the next 30 years, how that money can compound over the next 30 years. And say he passed away from at the age of 70 and he started, this grandchild is born once he's 50 years old. So he's got 30-year window for this money to compound, because grandpa know he doesn't need this money, so he's going to leave it in there as a legacy wealth. Yeah, as a legacy wealth tool. Let's go back to the chalkboard and let's continue on, because I'm going to add another layer to it. We're going to talk about the grandpa now living for a little while longer. All right, here we go, family. All right, family, here we go. Here we go. We're talking about generational wealth building on steroids, about the grandpa naming the grandchild as the beneficiary. Once again, you got $114,000 in there. The grandchild is just born. Grandpa is 50 years old. He's going to say he's going to live for the next 30 years, and he passed away at the age of 80. 10% compound growth on that money that grandchild's got at the age of 30 years old. They can pull all that money out at once, or they can wait for 10 years to make sure all that money is out by the time they're 40 years old. That's a 10-year window. That's according to the Secure 2.0 Act of 2022. You can no longer do a stretch IRA withdrawal from this money. Now, and the beautiful thing is, grandpa, even though it say he passed away at 80, he didn't have to pull any of that money out, because according to the Secure 2.0 Act of 2022, that money is, you're no longer under the RMD for the Roth IRA, period, for the 401k or the Roth IRA. You don't have to pull out RMD like you do with the traditional. Just want to add that little caveat in there. So let's go ahead and talk about this. We're going to act like grandpa's going to live on this scenario up till 80 years old at least. So the grandchild started working at the age of 10. All right, grandpa's now 60 years old, still letting that money run up here. He's got that going. Now he's going to go ahead and pull this, go ahead and get a custodial Roth IRA going on the grandchild. Now this is the living legacy. He's telling the child's parents, his son or daughter, hey, you got to pay for college, but I'm doing this other route. Okay, grandpa's got a custodial Roth IRA that the parents are opening up on this child. Okay, but grandpa's going to fund it, but the child's got to be employed by the parents, because they got a business, and they need to employ this child at least making $7,000 a year. That's $583.33 a month that grandpa's going to fund into this child's custodial Roth IRA from the age of 10 to the age of 15, and he's going to stop. That's going to be it. It's going to have $42,711.28. Now it's going to let that money run. Says you got to let this money run till you're $63 million.